died, but happy birthday the next day to my brother. And the thing is I've been out of contact with my brother, just totally, it's hard to tell who ghosted who, and I just have to let go of the whole thing, and so here it is, the October 9th, and of course I just kind of nonchalantly made a video mentioning my grandmother, but her day isn't as important as her whole life. But anyway, her anniversary of her death is today, but my brother's birthday is tomorrow, and um, I just got done making a video about feeling or something, or noticing feelings in people, or having a credible or authentic um, show of emotions or whatever. And the videos, and for all my life I've done art that has been definitely something that I use as an avenue of expression for a lot of things that, well, we can't understand a lot of things, and we have pain from that, maybe misunderstanding, right? There's a saying that says, your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. You have to read some Khalil Gibran. It comes from a little pamphlet, The Prophet, and one of the subject matters is pain. And so your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. So, you know, I mean, like a lobster or whatever, where we are to grow, but the growing pains are uh, the growing has growing pains coming with it. Nobody's free of trauma here. Um, it's normal from just being a small child. When you get up and try to walk, you're going to fall. And you learn from that even more to don't do that anymore, right? And there's where you wonder, why does the narcissist think they have to step in and say anything to the kids about anything? Just give them a tight rope and a chain link fence to crawl up and let them go. With Mars square Pluto in the air, um, it's not a good season if people don't, if they're not, see, Pluto makes a hardy individual. It actually rules the guru, like I said, the witch. If it's not the guru, then it's just a witch, you know, I mean, but really, um, the more that you live in denial about any kind of simple truths, the more that these truths that are harbored by people in the background there or wherever, like a scientist, they look strange, you know. They might, like Einstein, look at his hair, he's kind of witchy a little bit, maybe, no? Tesla, does it look like Dracula or something? Come on. Yes, strange characters that scares the, not so much the little children, babe. The children are really interested, I find. And anyway, follow the children, be curious, and learn something beyond your fears, you know. And there we go again, like trauma, trauma, trauma. You know, there's good trauma and bad trauma. There's the trauma that is, it's necessary because you're learning. And having said that, there's a category where all trauma is allowed to go into, and it's like it's all good kind of a thing. Um, why did I want to go into this kind of field of information? It's kind of psychological. Ah, boy, don't we need it, you know? Um, with Mars square Pluto in the sky, it's not going to last forever. This heavy feeling, you know, and there is the war going on. I can't imagine, babes. I just made a video. Don't watch. It's time to just turn off the news. It's time to turn off. You just get a little tiny bit of it and go, oh God. You see, as an astrologer, what we're looking at is some pretty intense stuff coming on, and it doesn't have much, it's not so much the concern of the outer, but the inner. As an astrologer, it only makes me reflect, oh shit, I'm a Libra. Thank God it doesn't hit any of my exact Libra degrees. It's at 20 or 21, the solar new moon eclipse. And I don't have anything exactly there, but I have enough Libra to tell you, it's like, no, this is really important to the Libra generation, of course. What it is because it's the south nodal axis, um, it's kind of a drag, a blast or a drag back into the past, yeah, with especially Mars hitting off Pluto and causing that vibration there. It's very unconscious, and talk about fearful. That those people live in so much fear because there's a lot of power behind the Mars Pluto energies, but the square, they they um they abuse power when it's there at any time. When it comes into just the slightest awareness that that the ability is there, they do it they take it over in a very unconscious manner, and it's highly well, the Mars is competitive. um a, a lot of the astrologers that I've noticed, see, I already meditated on the Venus moving into Virgo for the first time after having been in Leo all summer. It's finally going in, like on the 12th or 13th or something here, um, with Black Moon Lilith. And see, the thing, when it goes into Virgo, Saturn is also going to be opposing it, like, because it's a Virgo Pisces, and all of the astrologers are saying that, talking about it negatively, and they also talk about, well, of course, that Virgo is a really negative. Venus in Virgo is a terrible place to be, and I say, whoa, hold your horses on that, because to me, there's only one superior place for Venus to be, and that would be in Virgo, in the house of service and in the sign of service, which also is coupled with Mercury energy that can indeed work out details, less confused about emotions, but is very analytical. And all I'm saying is that it's probably backwards, that um, especially with matters of the Venus and love, if that was to be more of what we were operating on or with or for, which is the feminine, the invisible spectrum of our entire atomic cosmos here. There's antimatter. There's the space that holds it all. People don't, and people don't take that into consideration. So, but if that was, see, there's also a language and a whole way of being, or thinking from that space rather than matter. See, men, matter, woman is wave. It's vibrational frequency. It's the non-physical, and but to include both spectrums. See, I was trying to get to a point about that, but we will. See, the reason why this even comes up is because it's coming up. We have, when Venus goes into Virgo and opposes Saturn, it's not a negative thing. It's one of the more positive things that could ever happen with that kind of opposition at this point, right now, because of the way that Saturn is in Pisces. it's that Saturn is bringing structure to something within our subconscious programming that is, it's only Saturn can do it. Is very difficult because it's water, profoundly deep and illusory. With Saturn there, it's bringing up the fact of what we can learn of water, the structure of water, say. And it's like, whoa, this is a prismatic field kind of thing, really, if we want to get into it. And with Venus opposing that in Virgo, the learning that can go on, to me, it points at learning, because Black Moon Lilith, they're both together, but see, Virgo is very much, it's part of the mutable signs, which is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. This is information, how we are holding it, and how we sift through it and build more and more. And by the time we get to Pisces, well, it's known to be just an ocean, but really it's just consciousness has we have unfolded all of this, and it's an ocean of. Can say it's a problem. It's a mess. It's something that the kids can contend with when they get here. It's just, yes, there it is. It's an amazing ocean. Go look at it, kids. We don't know what's living underneath there yet, but let's keep trickling things in and acting like we're alone here, like in the cosmos. And it's like, well, what about the oceanic life? Do you even care about that? It doesn't make any sense to wait for aliens to come down and even to say that they're aliens. What about ETs? See, everybody's scary times we're in right now. I don't want to be continued rose glasses wearer, but we're going to go as a collective. We're going to go through a hell of a grinder here. I'll repeat once again about who owns Trump. Trump is Israel's baby, and it's because of finances, financial. I can go very vague on that. It's trying to tell you, just don't listen to media. Don't listen to media. The stories that they're telling you there about the kidnapped girl and all that, that's not happening. But there's something happening. Which is something we need to back away from. What the human organism is about to experience over the next decade, let alone 20 decades. I mean, 20 years. More and more, you're going to see the mentality, the Aquarius wisdom is that, you know what, that's none of our business, and mind your own business. We will know the difference. Like, well, that person just didn't mind their own business very well, and I'm certainly going to do that. And we kind of um, uh, regroup based on that kind of like, well, what kind of business are we minding? Whose business? Literally, it could be like, well, don't put your money there, and don't even use money. No, babes. Find out how to live. Taurus.